I'm just kidding. I'm totally not saying shit. How's it going, everybody? How are you doing? Hopefully we have a great night here. I've got quite a bit planned. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Similar stuff to last night. Mainly the real focus here is getting the gear up. Trying to get better with the Watt Mage. Gonna probably run some dailies with it today. Or at least one of them. Let's go ahead and get things started here. Hopefully everybody's had a pretty good Wednesday. Choke, quit. Stop. No. No. We're not doing that. I totally didn't even tell this thing to beckon. It just did it on its own. It's really awesome. I was gonna go inside, but today felt like one of those sit on the front step kind of days. Let's go ahead and get a queue going. No need to really waste time. Gotta work tomorrow, so I'm on somewhat of a short schedule. Actually did pretty decent in gathering some mendacity last night. Got 160 already for the week. Let's start with level 70. Yuna, hello. How are you tonight, Yuna? And Red. You know, Red, I have been calling you Red for at least half a year now. At this point, do you want me to keep calling you Red now that we all of us here know that your name is Chris? I mean, Red isn't even what your damn YouTube name is called. I mean, it'll take me a while to convert. I'll honestly say Red here and there, still probably not meaning to, but I can definitely work on calling you Chris if that's what you prefer. Just call you Chris. Okay. Like I said, it's gonna take a while for me to convert. I'll probably still say Red here and there, but you know what? I will definitely definitely work on it. Okay, let's get this started. While that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and do my beast trap stuff. No, just because you grab something different, it doesn't mean anything. Just chill. You've got so much energy here lately, Choco. What the hell? Pretty damn sure I just saw the Bianco now run by. That's a bummer. Honestly, happy for whoever it is, but on myself, I'm just like, ugh. I've ran that thing like 11 times, and I still haven't even seen a single drop. Sluggish Endeavor, Deep-Rooted Problems, Beating the Heat. I've played all 3 of these quests, so I'm just gonna talk and spam my way through pressing X. Because honestly, most of the people that have been around have seen these, and you don't gotta go very far back to catch them in a different stream. We're at the rinse and repeat stage, where everything's literally rinse and repeat. I knew it'd hit it eventually, though. I've been talking about it for a few days. A few of these I've already skipped through along the way. It's every peace drop. Comes with the territory. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt and keep going with it. Unless you like reading it every time, and in that case, keep on keeping on. So we're at a weird place with the streams. I'm most likely gonna end up beating Shadow of the Colossus this weekend. Dissidia, I'm gonna try to beat this weekend, so at least by Sunday. Don't hold me to it though. Really, don't hold me to it. It could be as late as like next Thursday, unfortunately. But Sunday, I'm gonna try to finish up Dissidia so we can have our movie day there. But again, don't hold me to it. My schedule's pretty booked as is for like for this weekend and for the upcoming days ahead. I'm gonna be trying to do what I can to get it out there, but after Dissidia, after Shadow of the Colossus, I don't really know what direction I want to go. Something else has to take the place. But I don't know exactly what. There's a few things on the menu as is, or the schedule, however you want to look at it. How do you make the card? Oh yeah. Just made a pretty funny one with me. Has nothing to do with my character. But it's pretty funny. But yeah, the biggest things I've been thinking about, because they've been shelved and I've not even touched them since owning them, have been the Kingdom Hearts run through. That's a long one though, and really in a weird spot about starting that one, because I want to be close at least to when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Not too close because I want to have it finished before then, but close enough that way we can just damn near just like fade one phase right into the next. But also World of Final Fantasy has been shelved for a while. I've had talks of doing Persona, but Persona is almost like Kingdom Hearts. Just one of those games that's like so lengthy that it kind of puts you at a hard spot to really place where you want to start it, how to start it, and get it going. And then lastly, just next month, actually, it may have been pushed back to April. Shit, I'll check really quick. There's God of War coming out, and that sounds super odd with all the things that I'm usually used to streaming, but the thing is, I want to play that game so bad, and if I don't stream it, then I'm probably not gonna get to play it. Like, it's like with Dissidia, like, I'm trying my best to work in time when I can on my free time, but my free time is very, very, very neat too. Very small and very short. I don't get much. Yeah, it's actually April 20th, 2018. So, between, actually, I guess I have plenty of time. I've got about, it's not quite 2 months. Less than 2 months to get a game out. So, Persona is doable. And Kingdom Hearts, some of them are doable. World of Final Fantasy, I have no knowledge of, though. I've never played it, never seen a gameplay of it. I don't know how long that one is. That's been a thought. I just didn't know how a lot of people would feel about it. It's one of those. Most of the characters and most of the playthrough, from what I've seen and actually read, is like mostly chibi characters, which I'm okay with. You know, I played Pokemon up until I was, well, last year, and more like the year before last. But still, yeah. Doesn't really bother me much. I feel like it's in a really weird place. Best friend, how's it going, zombie? Hopefully your day got better for you, zombie. Mine definitely did. As it started to progress on a little bit further into things, but hopefully yours started to get better for you as well. Definitely glad that you can make it. Number 5 on the duty finder. So out of everybody that's here now that through everything that was your day did get better, I'm glad to hear it, zombie. Glad to hear it. But everybody that I have or that is around here that actually did hear the rant or didn't hear the rant, but still yet would like to chip in. Out of all of those games, which would be one that you would like to see the most out of those? The Kingdom Hearts series, World of Final Fantasy, Persona 5. Because, again, after this weekend, Shadow of the Colossus will be no longer. It will be beaten. And then again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm just gonna talk right through this and keep pressing X. We've already seen how it all ends. We already know what's going down, know what's happening. How have I managed that? Oh, well, never mind. It's all good. Okay, we're on the last little segment here of waiting on this queue, number 4 on the duty finder. Gonna try to actually get this the Nightly MGP in. You don't know any of those games actually. Wow, not even Kingdom Hearts. They're all great games. Persona I've never beat. It's an anime style RPG. Kind of set up the same way as a Final Fantasy game is, only from a more modern / realistic standpoint, but yet not really realistic because a lot of supernatural or sci-fi-ish things do go on, or fantasy style. Kingdom Hearts is literally Final Fantasy's little brother. Even has a few Final Fantasy characters along the way, a lot more hack and slash. Still, you got strategy and a really great story though. World of Final Fantasy is a compilation, in a way that you could say. It's more of a video game that holds a compilation of characters from the Final Fantasy series into its own Final Fantasy game of its own. That's pretty much the gist of the list on what I'm trying to work on in this small little moment that we've got here. Also, Persona is a lot more mature, where we have little cute jokes that, you know, are kind of little innuendos. Well, a lot of those in Persona are just plainly like, blunt, you know, just really plain, blunt, simple. They put it out there. If it's a sexual innuendo, they're just gonna say it. They're not gonna hint around about it. Steven, I actually have not heard anything good about Metal Gear Survive, unfortunately. I don't even know what they're doing with that game, to be honest with you. I've seen trailers, and there's just some stuff that they've done, and even gameplay. Like, the crafting's cool, if it really is crafting, but some of your enemies and some of the gadgets and gizmos and random things that you gotta face or go up against or that you have within your hands just seems silly to me. Like, they took a game with a really crazy, off-the-rails story that was good, and just, I feel like they put it in a blender, put it in a bowl, put sprinkles on top, of course, because, you know, sprinkles are good. Chocolate chips, because they thought everybody would like it, but then there was a few people that didn't like chocolate, and then, you know, they put a few drops of vanilla for flavor, and then they threw it up against the wall, and they're like, look at it. It's a masterpiece. And then that dude in the background was like, no, not yet. Not yet. And then he went and got a bottle of grape Fanta, and then he shook it up, and shook it up, and shook it up. It took like probably 45 minutes, just kept shaking. Kept shaking. Then he started to release a little bit of the cap, just a little bit of pressure, you know, not too much, didn't want it to fizz out. Closed it back up, started shaking again. But what he did when he actually released that pressure off the cap, he broke a couple little spots on the band. So when he shook it up that next few times, it built up just enough pressure with just enough air on the inside to shoot the cap off onto the wall, onto the throw-up looking thing that now is Metal Gear Solid Survive, making it drizzle down the wall, making it look like runny throw-up now with purple pee in it. I feel like that's what they've done to that series. I'm still waiting on Death Stranding to come out, though. You got a few members from the Metal Gear series working on that. And I've got high hopes for it, even though that game looks like it is off its rail already, and it hasn't even came out yet. I'm still stoked to see how that's gonna go. Let's hope for a jackpot. It definitely wasn't. 80 on gain. Don't do that every knot. Chocobo, your nose is cold. Finalize a subaquatic voyage for Guppy Sanchez III. Jackpot! Okay, that's it. 1000 MGP is always nice to see. Sure. Yeah. Nope. 360. But hey, every single one of them was a gain, you know? So that was a good knot. Really great knot for playing Gold Saucer. And from here, I don't really have a whole lot to do other than wait around to kind of get other things done later on. So we're going to go to the quarry mill and chill. So, I hate to admit this after just talking so highly of Metal Gear, how I used to think about it compared to kind of now. What was Metal Gear Solid 5 like? Like, I actually downloaded the game. I have it. Right there. I have it. I got it when it was like free last month, the month before that. But I never played it. Never even started the thing. When it came out, I had a lot of buddies playing it, and they didn't really say anything good about it. So I've been curious, like, how good is that game? in the Metal Gear series. I love 1 through 4. And I think it might have been it is for the level 70 roulette. And I liked 4. I really did. I did not play the Raiden spinoff, whatever you want to call him, Raiden, that came out after that, which I didn't hear anything about, good or bad reviews. It's so weird. What happened to that game series? They used to be so straightforward. 1 through 3, all great titles. 4 was good too, don't get me wrong. But that timeline, the spin-offs, what happened? Really? What led to all those events that I was talking about earlier? It's meh. Aww. Oh, you enjoyed it? It's progressing the story that's... Fuck to hell. That's not a good thing. See, the story is where I'm at. Gameplay, you know, I've played a game with some pretty shitty gameplay, you know, I've played many of them. And even enjoyed them along the way. But story, that's the thing that's gotta keep me, you know, if it's not a good story, it's gonna be hard for me to even stick around. Me not even playing Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, well, Metal Gear Solid PotD is a good example of to me and my playtime with games that aren't on a stream and my free time. I've had that game downloaded for a very long time and just have not even really had the time to even jump into it. I mean, I suppose there's a couple times I could have at least give it a whirl, but it would have been very hard to either pick back up on or just continue to play for a really long, solid time. Loads of shows that I've actually binge-watched on my free time would not have been binge-watched. Once you fought the big bad robot the last time, the story's just randomly progressed. Oh, that's weird. Sounds like there isn't too much of a story to it. Or do you mean like it's randomly progressed, as in like the story itself just, like, I know it's kind of an open world, so is it like the story itself just kind of plays itself out depending on the direction that you go within its open world thing? Or I could go on with these questions, like, feel free to stop answering at any time. Should have started faster. Kind of a bit late now. What? That is random. The cliffhanger of the 5th game explains how the first started. See what I mean about their timeline? But use that way too early. Oh, that's how it is. Yeah, see, I'm not into that. That sounds just like how they did the city at this last time. Like, you have to grind. You get a little bit of a story. That's why I just pushed it all to a movie day. Like, You all don't have to suffer with me sucking on lawn. Oh, that one takes place before he's a soldier. Yeah, I knew 3 did with Snake Eater and everything. That was a really fun game, but even 3 got a little weird in times. But 3 was a lot of fun. But yeah, my knowledge on 5's very little, just because really my schedule, playability, life. You've never played a Metal Gear game. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Steven. The story's good, but... And I would say I have a decent grasp on it, but I could only imagine how long it would take to top up. And not only that, it's never even gonna stay here. You know, all this chat just disappears in the middle of the, well, after the stream. I was gonna say in the middle of the night. But I mean, they're a really fun game series to get into if you ever find yourself wanting to just try something stealthy, Chris. I don't really know how to even explain anything with simple ways to explain that game. Because they hit the fantasy, they somewhat hit little horror-ish spots. Not really, but kinda. Which one is Revengeance? I don't think I ever played it. Was that the one with Raiden, whatever? deserves a sequel. Is that good, huh? I really like playing as that character in 2. But, and I liked his appearances in 4. But outside of that, like, I don't really know much about that game, its timeline. The character is pretty cool. Like I said, I remember him from 2 and, you know, parts of 4, but other than that, I can't really, say I know too much about his overall story. I'm guessing that game really digs into it. What 2 and 4 doesn't. Is the timeline for that one, like, is it somewhere around, like, after or before 4? Is it, like, maybe even the events between 2 and 4? Like, well, shit. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it could, you know, there's a long distance between there, like, what, maybe, like, 20, 15 years? Riz, hello. How are you, Riz? Oh, it's 5 to 6 years after 4. Wow. Well, that's cool. That they keep, like, that little segment going between, or, that segment going in things. The whole Metal Gear story is based on government conspiracy and war economy. Yeah, you know, that's true. One of the things that actually always drew me in was not even the conspiracies or like the sense of war. I guess in a way it was the sense of war. Well, always what got me in the end is all the Gundam references. Loved them along the way. Like it always had me so glued to the series. It was like, because, you know, there's not many games that dabble with mechs. And if they do, I mean, especially at the time nowadays, there's a lot more. You had Armored Core, the Gundam Wing series, but most of them are based around just fighting and not really just like everything else in general around it. And I think that's always what really drew me into the Metal Gear, was like the scene that they had set up with the characters, of course, and the story behind it. But also just like the hidden mech story in the background, where it, like, you know, in the first and the second Metal Gear game, they actually hint around about Japanese anime and Gundams and shit, you know? And I miss that fucking Death Flare. But, I think that's always been the biggest thing that had me glued to the Metal Gear series. But, oh yeah, all that other stuff's pretty good too, though. The conspiracies, even some of the stuff that they, you know, you can compare to the government now, the stuff that's going down. And, you know, like you said, you have the economy, you know, the war on, like, who gets the Metal Gear, how much things sell for, the running and transactions of guns and money between, like, three, oh, wow. Even though it got a little shafty at some parts of the story, and a little weird, it was still awesome. And a little contradictory as well, in a sense. Zone of the Enders. Right up my alley. I'll definitely check it out. This was a pretty good group. Yeah, I kind of messed it up right there. Never make it, but I'm gonna try. No, didn't make it. Did try. One day I'll get that limit break out there. The really old one on PlayStation 1, the original Metal Gear. To be honest, if you want my opinion, it's one of the best. Gameplay and story-wise. Not graphics, I'll give you that. But there were things that they were doing in Metal Gear Solid 1 that was before the time. Like, they were doing things that other, like, video games at that time could not even perceive to think about. Yeah, it's definitely got me into the series as well. Starting off watching my brother play, eventually playing on my own, The whole boss scene where you have to unplug your controller and plug it up into the other controller port just to beat the boss. It's one of the scenes I was talking about where it was like before its time altogether. Let me help this player out. Pass on the loot and give a player combination to the healer. Maybe not. Maybe they just really wanted that gear. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 was definitely a good game. Damn, really? I did not know that. I knew they had a Bionic Commando back then, but I did not know that there was a NES Metal Gear. Wow. Actually, I think I remember it now. I never played it. Never played it. But I think I've seen a little bit of gameplay on it. Is it an overcast view game where you're running and like... Basically, it's set up a lot like a... I can't think of it right now. I feel like I've seen it before, but I don't think I've ever actually played it. That is cool, though. That is cool, though, that they actually had it that far back. Are we talking like 80s or early 90s here? Give me just a moment. Come here, bro. What's up? You played weird games on the NES, like James Pond. I'm guessing that was Bond, but maybe it was Pond. I don't know what James Pond is. That's cool. NES games I actually still have. Not all of them. I had to rebuy a lot of them growing up because me and my brother. You know how things go when you have like a sibling and you have to share things growing up. But then, like, when it comes to split these shared things up, they go, oh, that one was mine. Oh, no, I saved up my allowance for that. Hey, that one was a gift for me. All that. But I played a lot of NES games. Played Final Fantasy. That was one. Zelda. The Mario series, of course. Loads of games I played on Nintendo. I had those random ones as well too, like gosh, I can't even remember the name. It was a co-op game where you were these two monks and you just go through this monastery, just like kicking ass and seeing how far that you can get. Played loads of Gauntlet, loads of Gauntlet. Booger Man, that was random. No wait, that was Sega. That one was Sega. Oh, so many games. You ever just stop and think about video games and how long the journey that the video game franchise just all together, there's every single little thing, not just one specifically, but all together, all of them. How far it has really come since like the late 70s, early 80s era where it really started to build up and get really big. We've come a really long way. Before I get it all going, anybody want to jump in on the expert roulette? Because the plan from here is probably going to run the expert roulette, do Palace of the Dead, finish up the night with the Conjurer's story. getting really close to 30 though. I may actually do the leveling roulette as well, the Conjurer. Might as well, really. Help me out. This game here is one I've been really thinking about playing a lot. ROM. It's been sitting there since the day I downloaded, well, I actually have a physical copy. I bought Shadow of the Colossus. Just, don't know. I've heard so many mixed things about it. I want to play it really bad. Now, I probably will. Definitely not going to stream it, but the artwork's the thing that gets me the most. It's like the small bits of Shadow of the... It's like a Legend of Zelda knockoff. That's the best way to put it. Your first gaming system was the Nintendo 64. The only game was Mario Kart for a while. Then you got 007 James Bond. Tell me it was Golden Gun. Loved me some James Bond back in the day. Me, my brother, and my cousins, we used to go insane on that. Was it Golden Gun or was it GoldenEye? I've got to reference check myself now. Maybe it was GoldenEye. Oh yeah, it was GoldenEye. GoldenEye 64, that was it. But yeah, that was my shit back in the day. Getting that golden gun, lurking up behind people, popping it really quick so they'll die. Yeah, GoldenEye. It definitely was. I just checked it. I had to. I said the golden gun thing, but yeah. That was a good one. I had a lot of 64 games. Again, that's another one I've still got. Still got a lot of games for. Not Mario Kart though. That one. I had it back in the day, but I refused to pay for it again. Only because I just... There's newer Mario Karts out now. And I don't really feel like paying $50 for an old one. But, still got a lot of good games. One of the things that randomly I loved on 64, which most people didn't play or even known that it existed upon the Nintendo 64, was StarCraft. I still have a PC version, and I've played the shit out of the PC version, but there was nothing like the Nintendo 64 version of StarCraft. Wow. Getting to play that game on an actual console on your TV and not having to beg for, like, computer time was such a blessing. It was so awesome. I still love it. Super Smash Bros., that was another really awesome one that got me. As a kid, I would have said Pokemon Stadium, but as an adult, I can tell you now, that one's hard to get into. I can go back and play the shit out of Mario Party. Pokemon Stadium, though, you get like 2 or 3 times in on each mini game, maybe 2 or 3 fights in, you're like, eh, okay. Ocarina of Time, that was good. Banjo and Kazooie, I loved that as well. Riz, that was a good one. But yeah, I've still got my 64 as well, but yeah, it's StarCraft, but only for PC, and love that game too. Oh yeah, StarCraft is a great one. What is up, Troy? It was awesome on 64. Like I said, it was just cool to like not have to ask my grandparents to get on the computer just to play a game. I could just... Because everybody did it. They proved now you're not supposed to do it, but back then we all did it. You know, you take your cartridge and blow it out, make sure all the dust is gone. Really, you were just spitting all in that thing, messing it up for the future. Sorry for not responding, and Sigmascape. It's all good, Steven. All good. Focus on Sigmascape. Oh, I totally agree with you. It's what everybody did. It's what every single person I ever known that had cartridges did back in the day. It wouldn't play the game, so the first thing you would do, you'd cock it at that right angle. You'd look at it, you'd see dust up in your... Oh, that's what it is. Pop that thing back in there, and boom, it would start playing. But Still yet, they say do not do that now. Used to put the power supply in the freezer because it would always overheat. Wow, I've never done that one. That's pretty cool though. AFK a bit. That's kind of what I'm doing myself. I'm just kind of at this weird point in the game where I know there's side quests that can be done. Most of them I need to actually wait for. But I've done so much in this game. I had just like that weird point where it's like all I can do is kind of grind. Do random jobs. And again, you know, we got side quests, but most of those I'm saving for the Conjurer to get to like level 50. And anything below that, I just, nah, not gonna happen probably. Unless I just have to. I did not really think this one out on the time it would take to get into this. I'll just travel back here. Let's go check out some stuff at the Free Company house and see what people have worked on with their places. Maybe Zombie was supposed to unlock her house. Let's see if she really did. Because West we not forget, as Red said, she has to at least leave food out for us to east. Especially when the home is north opened. I was trying to think of a good way to work in the south. I can't. You got your... Oh, wow. Shiva statue yesterday. Like the real off one? I'll check out your dungeon, Chris. I'll definitely check it out. But that's awesome. I really wanted it too, don't get me wrong. I just, I'm at a weird point right now. Trying to focus on the channel. Technically no longer a YouTube partner. They've changed all their preferences, so everybody that has been that was under 1,000 subscribers no longer is. So that's another thing I gotta work on so much now. And yet support myself even farther than one of the things I didn't really have to do there for a while. Well, that is more or less saving it, but still yet, huge thing. Definitely was not in an affordable range for me at the moment, but that is awesome that you got it though. Maybe one day I will be able to afford one of those things. There's a few of those Final Fantasy XIV statue like things though that I really wish that I could get. Luckily, you know, I've got the Susano. It's like all I've got right now. Probably all I'll have for a while. But they do look awesome. Seeing the emote with is pretty cool. I've actually seen it a couple of times. Not within the game yet, but yeah, now that I think about it, not within the game yet, but in a few different places. Twitter, Facebook. go inside. So how nice does it look in a person unit? Is it like really, really nice? I bet it is. Our hearts go out. Oh wow, talk about a steady corner. I like the carby stuff though. And the slightly creepy music. Hey, Orsia. Have you seen this man? He kidnapped this child 5 years ago, and we ain't found him yet. Zombie has her place looking really nice. Oh wait, that was like a catfish. Catfish. Now we just gotta find a way to break in here so we can take all this gill. Keep that in mind. Zombie left the water on. It's gonna flood up in here. The fish will probably enjoy it though, so it's okay. Oh wait, this was Doc's house? I thought that was Zombie's house. Which one was Zombies? May he rest in peace. Oh, I bet it does look really nice. That's kind of how the Susano thing was. Which one of these was Zombies? I thought Zombies was up and around the corner. Ah, plot 15. Okay. Either way, Dog's got his place like a nos. Zombies is next. I don't understand people who play Summoner but don't have a summon out. tired. I've been bamboozled a second time by this summoner. They've cast a glamour on their summon. The red carbuncle. But it's not even E3. It's Garuda. Damn bamboozle, man. That's what they did to me. I like the carbuncle edgy skins as well, but not enough that I like them more than the actual edgy skins. Carby's Carby, and always will be Carby. But I don't know. When I see E3 and then I see Carby, I can't Carby. I gotta E3. That's just me though. I'm not saying anything bad about Carby. Again, Carby's Carby. Want more edgy skins? I think we just need more edgy in general. Like 3 edgy, 4 if you count Carby. I'm not counting Muhammad. It is not an edgy. It's like the summoner gimmick, if anything that you could call it, but it is definitely no edgy. I just feel like we need more. I totally agree, Chris. It's just, they keep the diversity low on it, you know? I feel like there should be, like, one for beginners, which is, you know, basically Carby, but, in its beginning stage anyway. Then I feel like there should be one for adept players, some for, like, the, middle-class players, but then I feel like at the top tier, it shouldn't even matter. I don't even think that it should be necessarily did what the funky what happened? I don't know, but yeah, more edgy would be cool. Basically what I was getting at, I just feel like they should make one that isn't so like, or a few, like right now, Garuda versus E3 is a little more so preference-based than anything. Yes, me? I like E3 better. I feel like he does more damage. Other people say the exact opposite, though, that they prefer Garuda. They think Garuda does more damage. I feel like they should make one for the top tier, or 2 for the top tier, maybe even 3 for the top tier, that literally are basically the same, you know, that for preference, you know, and I get that's what the skins are about, but if that's really the route they're going to go down, I think more so like Chris was saying a second ago, and I feel like they should add more. I am dead as fuck. Again. Why does he get to live? What am I missing? Rama edgy? Yeah, you know, Rama would be cool. Rama. Another really awesome one that I feel like just somehow got written off, super neglected, was Leviathan, you know? Don't get me wrong, it's not like we don't have a Leviathan fight within the game, but think of how awesome that edgy would have been, you know, to have it kind of just coil around your shoulders and your head while you play, while casting ranged water-esque moves from afar. What a badass. Or one that I'd actually mentioned in a video before about Quizzicoatl. Like, that would be the perfect edgy for an electric. It's fucking good. God damn it. I just don't know how to go on what fucking side of the fucking wall to stand on at that point. One of the things I really get at, you know, that's kind of cool, I guess, to switch between them. I wouldn't myself. I just feel like Ifrit himself is so much better in the end. But the thing is, it's like Totten. Totten is the most irrelevant one of all, you know? I really don't think it should be, you know? It would be cool if they beefed up that edgy a tad bit more. That way you could do a little bit more with it. I've tanked with him on lower level shit, but other than that, like, I never use Totten anymore, you know, ever. He's like literally, like I said, irrelevant. And it would just be nice to see that not be a thing anymore. To just have your own preference as a summoner. You know, maybe you're maybe you could run Totten, and that's what you prefer because you like its playability more. You know, people differentiate between Garuda basically and then Ifrit, but Totten and Carbuncle, unless you're just rocking some kind of skin glamour, they're just irrelevant. Phoenix one would be really cool. And also useful. Could you think about that, though? Also having a Phoenix thing. You know, we have the LB3 for healers, where they have 3 of their limit break gauges gauged up, and we can revive all the players on the battlefield. That's pretty cool. But if we had a Phoenix to edgy, and that's basically what its specialty move was, maybe, where, like, it's solid DPS always. But given the moment where you had people actually go down, this Phoenix could actually use maybe like Phoenix Fire and bring everybody back to life. Restore MP and HP as well for those alive. I mean, I could go on and on with so many like things that could be done with this class that I feel like just get so underused. Shiva edgy would be neat. Oh yeah, definitely. I could also think of so many different things that Shiva could do that the others wouldn't necessarily be able to do. I totally agree with that, Riz. The nerf that we all encountered is honestly ridiculous. I know why they did it. It makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. You know, at the beginning of Stormblood, Summoner got a major jump when it came to its attack. And since then, we have gradually just had a downfall from that. And that I don't understand. You know, it's been slow, but still, it's definitely apparent. Lately, it seems like healers, tanks, and samurai get most of the limelight that we don't really get around. And when I say tank, I honestly mainly mean paladin and warrior. Even the Dark Knight, ever since I've started playing, it hasn't been like debuffed, but it's definitely not gotten any better. Another edgy I would really love to see could pop up over time would be a Diablos edgy. Something that maybe isn't the best on DPS, but could randomly and occasionally cast Doom or maybe even like Gradual Death on your opponents. Ones that could be eligible, of course, you know, not bosses, but still so many other characters and creatures throughout your gameplay and your playthrough. Hello and welcome back. Any tips for Summoner because you're going to level that class to 70 next? That's a hard one to really give tips for, Mira, to be honest with you. It's... To me, I've heard people say that they differentiate from it. To me, it's just really straightforward, you know? Find your comfortability in the play and just run with it. It's... There's a reason why I play it so often, you know? You keep to your rotation, play it out just right, make sure your edgy's alive and you keep your moves running in, and you keep your status elements up. That's about it. That's like Summoner in a nutshell. Summon, status elements, rotation on DPS. That's about it. Vary with your own rotation, I would say. Like, a lot of people use Ruin 2 a lot more than what I do. Like, I use it a lot, but I've seen, like, I've actually looked up a rotation where somebody's, like, using Ruin 2 after almost every single move, which is ridiculous because the cooldown time's just as fast as Ruin 3. I mean, to me, the best time to really use it is just, like, right after Ruin 3, so you almost have that, dual cast feel to it, but I don't know. You just have to play it, you know? Really play it, really get into it, and then I guess you could judge things for yourself a little bit more. But it is pretty strict when it comes to rotation, especially when it comes to dealing massive damage. Like, Mon, I haven't changed it that much. There's a few things I don't do, but for the most part, my rotation's basically the same every time. Mainly because it's easy, and it's really effective when it comes to damage. Like, usual rotation for me is Bow 3, Mazement, if I don't have my Tri-Disaster. And then, from there, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting on my, battle. About that time, if you didn't already have it up, you got your Aether Deployment. You hit that, then you got either, depending on what you're attacking, your Fester for single targets, or Bane and Pain Flare for multiple targets. Then after that, you should be able to get your Dreadworm Trance going. Then you can, again, you know, depending on what you're fighting, if it's a single enemy, you can Ruin 3 like a mofo. If it's multiple targets, you get a faster cooldown time for your Tri-Disaster, so you can AoE like a mofo. I went way too quick with that death player. Just trying to think of the best ways to go through it. And, you know, you end it with a good death player. Once you've got your Dreadworm Trance brought to a close, rinse and repeat, do the same thing, end it with Bahamut. It's like the best and most simple, easiest way to run the Summoner there is. And still pretty most effective. A lot of people will do that exact same rotation, but they'll incorporate a lot more Ruin 2s for some reason, which I can't imagine does that much more damage. But that's basically it, though. Just all of it in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and jump out here. I got a player accommodation. What do you know? Let me run to the restroom and we'll end things out tonight. I got about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to just kind of ease into things. Gonna do some Conjurer stuff. So give me just a moment here. Yeah, that glamour probably adds about 75% to your damage rating, so you know you gotta look good. Gotta look good. If you're not gonna look good, don't be a summoner. I'm just kidding. I just thought that was funny when I read that. Okay, plot 15 up the hill. Where is plot 15? Oh. Not up the hill. Below the hill. Yard cutting. This is the zombie home. It's the zombie home. Okay. Love the greenery. The sunflowers are a nice touch. Picnic with the wine all around. I want the tall, skinny bottle. Stables for the chocobo, worked on variously. But the real magic always happens on the inside. Well, I like the start. I even like the tune that's playing. This here corner, this is my corner. I know you like the way it looks, but it's mine. Yeah, Rez, personal housing's up again. This kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VI music a little bit. Okay, now we got one more stop. Okay, make a shortcut out of things. Somewhat. Go look at the place Chris is keeping down. How much is the small? Like 3 million, I think. Although I think I actually heard somebody say like 2 million, but I think it's like the possibilities are endless for zombie. I have not heard good things about the goblet right now. Dare I walk through these doors? Bed. Gigantic bathtub. Hot tub. This place is looking really good, Chris. Like the old fox in the corner over here, nice touch. Dog in this corner. That is the ear. Random steps and table for somebody to just peep on. Zombie! I locked your house, zombie. It was 3 mil when you got yours. Kevin, how's it going? Paper petition? A house loan. It's always hard to pull this off and make it look good. Ah, we got it. Some Windows size got changed to 60% for some reason. Emotes. We are the emote. This is the stream now. I'm gonna drown. Borrow 3 million. That doesn't even count the furnishings though. They want to make it look good. Okay, I really need to repair some stuff. Guess it's time to do my leveling roulette. It kind of intimidates me, I'm not gonna lie. May not run Palace of the Dead tonight. We'll see how this all goes and see how long it takes in here. After all, I do want to do that job quest tonight. Shit, I didn't see you in Tom Zombie, and it was insta-Q, my bad. Damn. I feel bad, Zombie. What? Never mind. You don't want to be in this. I'm gonna make this whole party die. I don't want to, but it might happen. I've not ran E3 in a very long time. Did I join leveling roulette or did I hit trials? What the monkey? This normal mode. Believe in the tumbles. Thank you, Zombie. And Steven, I still make mistakes. Like that one now. Ah, the normal promise appear in leveling roulette. I actually did not know that. Well, nobody tried to take down the nail. DPS are only attacking E3 Zombie. So that's where they are. I mean, after all, nail. Okay. Okay. That's kind of lame. Like, I wish that was not a thing within this game. Like, only because there's so much within this game that there is where you need real life emotion and instinct to actually do a certain part of the game. The fact that you have to worry about being in a whole party full of mobs is super lame. Like, that's my problem with Dissidia and Final Fantasy 15 Comrades. Like, dealing with artificial people. You just can't, you know, when you're relying on instinct and everything. Bots just cannot, they have no instinct, you know? Their instinct is to do literally exactly what they're programmed to do. That's it. Did we get it that time? Still at 18%. Who would do that? Good. And we got the level up. Dose on the player accommodations. Pretty cool. Report the bullets. That'd be funny. Actually need to check something really quick. Lucid Dreaming, gotta be 32. I really want Swiftcast and Surecast to go on here. It's kind of really all I care about. Take that back. Maybe large or large essay. Whatever the hell that is. I want that as well. These three. And with that, I'm at level 27. And I'm going to travel to New Gridania and rot out these Conjurer quests. And thank you so much for the congrats there. That was actually my first time doing that as a healer. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Lucid helps regen your MP. Yeah, but lucid dreaming's just it's like one of those things. I've actually got it on my summoner as well. It helps, but it's really unnecessary unless you go down. And you know, if you go down, you know, as my summoner, that happens quite frequently. I'm gonna feel a little bit more disappointed in time if that actually happens. As my my healer, being the person who should not be going down or letting others go down. So then I could see where it'd be good, you know, at least fill a blank spot along the hotbar. So I'm definitely not ever even going to disagree with that. You know, you always need your MP, especially as a caster. But as to making a special super good spot for the hotbar, it's probably going to be like the summoner. It's going to be on there, but it's going to be just like the most random of spots. You know, all that other stuff's my main focus. Surecast, Swiftcast, large essay, whatever the hell that is. I read it. I just don't know how to actually pronounce it correctly or enunciate it. And of course, again, protect and Esuna. Troll rescue? I would never. Also, I'm gonna get it, one last, restroom break out of the way for the night. that unit at low level is very helpful. I mean, I can agree, you know, that in a sense, lowering your immunity and all that, I mean, the tank's gotta have it. All I'm saying is at level 70, if I'm using Lucid Dreaming, all I'm thinking to myself at any given moment, level 70, and if I have to hit Lucid Dreaming any class, which I don't think the Dragoon has it, it definitely needs it. Take back what I said, give that move to the Dragoon. If it has it, good. If it doesn't, give it to it. Motherfucker needs it. Any other class that is using Lucid Dreaming at level 70, what the fuck are you doing? And if you're using it because your tank is that shitty, what the fuck is your tank doing? That's all I'm saying. There's a reason it's not on my super demand as my summoner anymore. I've got... which one do I have on there? I do not mean that offensively either. It's not like that. I am just saying to myself, it's like, if you have a tank that is not keeping full immunity at this point, and you're level 70, they shouldn't be tanking. Somebody should be calling this guy out during gameplay. Maybe during, like, his move casting, you know, right when he's doing shit. Rock Diversion. That is the one that I do. Lucid Dreaming probably is not ever going to get back on my summoner's hotbar. Hate me all you want. I've played this guy for over half a year now, believe me. I know it's not that necessary. But, you know, I could understand lower levels, though. There's a lot of people differentiating in item level and a lot of other things going along the way. Maybe the Bot Mage or some other healer pulls massive immunity, though, and I'm just super wrong. I'm not level 70. I can say that as well. So, you know, I could be wrong in saying that. But still, yet, though, if you gotta lower your immunity at level 70 to a tank, what the fuck? Really? It's for mana. You know, I could see mana too, but do you really use that much mana at that like level though, that you really got to drop everything else? For red mage is necessary. I could see that, you know. I could see how the samurai could also use one. I still think the same thing with the dragoon though. You know, I've played my tank quite a few times. It's just the dragoon has a few moves. I guess I don't have the job quest. I thought I actually had that one unlocked. But I've just been in a few times where the dragoon just... It was lower level shit along the way though. Level 70, haven't really had the problem, but back in the day, building up along the way, I started to understand so many memes with that dragoon. I mean, if you're only spamming immunity as the tank, like, you're doing your job. You are. That's what it's supposed to do. You have all attacks on you, so nothing gets absorbed to the healer, and the DPS can DPS. But still, yeah, you know, if you like to DPS a little bit with that tanking job as well, sometimes that dragoon can step on your toes on your way to 70. Which I guess is exactly where you're all implying with the lucid dreaming on your way to 70, you know, you gotta keep it. Kind of helps with the immunity. You all said that with the MP, so I can get that as well. But honestly, with not having that to do, which I thought I did, obviously don't, just gonna run a little bit of Palace of the Dead and kill the night over that way. 1 or 2 rounds of it, try to bump myself up to 30. What's up, Judo? I'm thinking I already did the quest here. The thing about it is, the reason I use diversion and not lucid dreaming is, I mean, I can explain it easily. I gotta switch over so I can give the actual comparison. I'm gonna give it to you statistically. I will, all the way. But the reason I use diversion over lucid dreaming is reduces immunity generation. It's kind of all I care about. Additional effect refresh, that's nice. Refresh potency 80, that's nice. But I don't know, I may have to actually call this bluff on myself and agree with you all, because looking at it now, I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing? Wow, it's so much better. Why didn't anybody call me out on this before now? Like, I'm like 7 months in on diversion here. Where have you guys been? You're just now calling me out on this? You should have called me out on this back when shit really hit the fan back in the day. What the fuck have you all been letting me do? No, seriously though. I'm admitting this to every single one of you. Lucid dreaming is so much better. What the fuck? I was about to give a big long explanation, and then I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, where the hell did I have it set? I had a long explanation back in the day. What the fuck? I'm thinking I thought this move did a whole lot of other shit that it doesn't do that I thought it did. For some reason, I was thinking that it cut my my DPS in half. Obviously doesn't. Holy shit. Really kind of just talked me out of using diversion. Addle is actually good. I know you have that other thing, whatever the hell it is. But I don't like Drain, and I don't like Break. I just feel like Addle's so much better in the end. Because it lowers the target's intelligence and mon by 10%. While, it deals a, you know, random damage, and you get health for Drain. I just like Addle. I don't think I have a reason for it, I just like it. You got me on Lucid Dreaming though. Lucid Dreaming is definitely going on the hot bars. I was wrong. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna change that one up though. Nobody ever uses Addle. I use Addle. Tank has to learn to provoke. Those are bold words, Steven. I don't know any tank that uses provoke hardly anymore. Like, literally the last few times I've ran anything, the biggest thing I have seen is tank voke on chat down there. I see it all the time. I've actually had I've seen tanks actually get offended over that. I've seen people within the free company who get offended over that, and I'm not even going to say who. I'm going to let you rummage through all the videos of the past to figure it out. Actually, I think everybody agrees with you, Judo, about diversion. That was actually a discussion that was, if you scroll through the chat, we already had that one. That was a good opener. You said it. I think Steven said it. Kevin said it, I know. So, you're all good there. I mean, you got the agreeance. Yeah, see, Kevin's on you there. I feel ya. Not that way. Kevin, I love that. To each their own. I always love it when somebody can actually say that and meaningfully mean it. Because, you know, realistically, you know, the aspect of a lot of this stuff is, it is your own comfortability and what you feel in playing. You know, there's going to be people who say this is definitely better. Statistically, some stuff will be better. But really, in the end, you know, it's a game. And if you feel more comfortable playing something a certain way, in the end, you know, that's really what it's about. There's going to be somebody to argue against that actually right after, always, especially MMO-based, that are going to be saying, no, we all play, you know, a subscription, so-and-so, such and such. You should be playing top tier. But let's say a certain person plays these games. They have absolutely no interest in dealing top tier damage. But they want to keep going and see how far the story goes. They want to do certain things. They just want to get by. In the end, you know, like you said, to each their own. Getting stressed over something as far as somebody's move rotation gets a little silly at some points. But I do understand for the most part, you know, most people actually do want to do mass damage. Most people want to be on top tier. So I get that as well. I try to see it all points of it. All the way around. But the thing I like to hear, to each their own, though, the biggest part, while I actually make it such a big deal to actually bring up, it's just because that is the most chill response that you could ever say to any person ever. It's just like somebody could tell you a preference that they have or something that may be statistically better, but again, you're just not feeling the debate. As soon as you say to each their own, it's like saying, you know what, bro, you could be right. I could be right, but you know what? I really don't care. And I love that. It's the best thing in the world. Just saying that right there. It's something I use in my everyday life, and anytime I see people see it along the way of my life, I can't help but bring up how much I love it. Because it's the truth of it all. It's like, just, you know what? I'm not feeling the debate. I'm right, maybe you're right. Who cares? Life goes on. And I love that. That is awesome. No, I'm definitely down. You know, obviously you all proved me wrong with fucking lucid dreaming. It had to happen. If you wouldn't have brought it up, I would have never known. You know, I would have been over here doing diversion like a little asshole in battles, and people would have been like, yo, Tom Brady to Supple. Why are you using diversion like a little asshole? And if, you know, sometimes you gotta have playstyle conversations. You know, I dig it all. But I'm not gonna say, you know, sit here and lie to you and say that I don't actually enjoy somebody with a more chill statement instead. And when you stream, honestly, you get called out more often than not for the most simple of things, even when somebody's wrong. It just gets old after a while. But, you know, you gotta learn somehow, obviously. You got old tumbles here. I'm open-minded about most shit. Even when I try to prove people wrong, I'm usually wrong. I don't care. I think it's funny 9 times out of 10. But you do have people who, honestly, I have a lot of friends out there. You know, you try to get like that on them, they're insta-offended. Instantly, you know, and I get it all, you know. Me, I just try to be open-minded for the most part about everything, but again, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't dig a neutral conversation over a debate any day. Like, I love a good neutral conversation where people are just, maybe, maybe not. That's just me, though. Oh, Tumbles here. Literally hates any sort of inflation or inflection of anything. And I mean that on every example possible. I have no idea where that came from, Troy, but that is awesome. You man out and you watch DBZ. I still watch the shit out of anime. I'm a man. I'm 24 years old and I watch the fuck out of anime. DBZ, on the other hand, maybe not. Only because I watched it so much when I was a kid. I literally cannot enjoy a single episode anymore. But you know what? I still love it. Oh yeah, definitely. That's how it's all supposed to go. I don't know much about crafting, so you're gonna have me on all day on that one. Food. Enjoy the food. Okay. I was just reading chat stuff. I don't really, I try my best not to be rude. That's my thing. It's one of my bigger things, really. Only because I know how the world goes, you know. But no doubt. Where you go. Yeah, Steven, I actually love that you said that. Having a level head in a debate, if you are going to be a person to bring one up, that is literally the best way. The people that want to debate but literally cannot handle the other end of maybe if they are wrong, don't even. I have no patience for people like that. Like me, like I said a second ago, if I'm wrong, I'm not going to sit here and argue if I'm wrong. I'll literally instantly bend and be like, oh shit, you're right, wow. I was wrong. That's just me, though. People on the other end of those things can be a little bit like, it's like eating it's like getting a Pop-Tart, you know? People are Pop-Tarts in this scenario, so put that as you will. You got everything that you need, you want. So people are Pop-Tarts in this scenario. I feel like the people who literally can level-head debate, like talk about things, I won't even call it a debate, they can just have a conversation about things that make sense without being an asshole about it. My brother's online, that's a thing. They're pretty cool level-headed people, obviously. They deserve to be able to debate. People who instantly cannot accept defeat and will argue themselves to the end of a debate even when they're wrong, I feel like shouldn't even have the option to. definitely all foods here. I'll feel you, Judo. That's kind of a lot of people in these situations with games like this. It's something I was saying with like MMOs in general, where like this is one of those games where you should have your own playability, but there's always going to be that person who's like secretly running parts in their basement somewhere, you know, or maybe it's their mom's basement. And they're like, and you know, they're just trying to see who is the best of the best of the best, and they just so happen to be the best, and then you're not doing the best as well, so they feel they're obligated to call you out. For some reason, that's life now. I get that, but luckily, that's none of us here. We're all decently level-headed people, which I enjoy. It's the best thing about the community, the free company, everything that we've all built upon here. I love that. Like, I mean, everybody here is just awesome. You know, we can properly and you know actually debate and be civil about it. And we have a few knots here and there where it gets a little weird, but we're all definitely back on the next knot, and we're all literally just juice. Just juice. And that's so awesome. Welcome back, Steven. What did you get for food stuff? Let's hear it. Was it the good? Arby's. You know, believe it or not, I am not a roast beef fan. Which I know there's other stuff at Arby's. Random as hell to say. Everybody I know loves it, but me, something about it. I wish I liked it. You know, one way I do love to eat a good roast beef sandwich from Arby's, though? Covered in horsey sauce. Not a meat. Covered. Then I can eat it. Pineapple belongs on pizza? I actually like pineapple on pizza, believe it or not. I'm not gonna lie there. Disgusting? Really? Holy monkey. There is a divide on food here. I totally agree with Chris. I love some good old pineapple pizza. Ham and pineapple, bacon and pineapple. One of my favorite pizzas is literally barbecue sauce, not tomato sauce. Traditional, just mozzarella. Pineapples and bacon. I mean, it's fucking good. Maybe I'm a freak. But I'll live with it, you know? I don't care. Holy shit. I could tell you a pizza right now that I love. It's my personal favorite, and you're all probably gonna think it's disgusting. One of my #1 favorite pizzas is ham, bacon, pineapple, onion, and jalapeno. Like, that's a thing. I eat that on the regular, at least once a month. That is just a treat to me. Hearing that people don't like that, ooh. I don't know. I've never actually heard of it, zombie, but it sounds cool. I've been called gross for it before, especially for my friends seeing me eat the pizza, but it doesn't bother me. I can tell you a lot more stuff that I like to eat that you might find gross. I am literally the type of guy that I don't care if my food touches on my plate either. Nope, don't care, especially if it's any type of Asian food. Sometimes I mix it together. That's just me. Something else that's probably pretty crazy to you all that I think is amazing. Peanut butter and bacon sandwiches. It'll change your life. But bacon's one of those things that I could probably literally put on anything and enjoy. I'm one of those guys. Bacon is life. Do you hate peanut butter, zombie? Holy monkey. Jelly on cookies and cheese on honey buns. Cheese on honey buns is different. Jelly on cookies, though, I am down that path. That is enlightenment right there. Let me tell you something my grandparents eat. This is not enlightenment. This is a step backwards in time. Banana and mayonnaise sandwiches. My grandparents eat that on the reg. I eat tomato sandwiches. That's my shit. I love a good old tomato sandwich. You hate peanuts, zombie. Oh, Chris hates peanut butter as well. I am not a peanut butter hater. Oh, you can't have it. That's different, you know? Unless it's just a preference not to have it, but... Oh, you're blocked. For ketchup bread? I feel the same way. Jelly on cookies sounds super normal. Ketchup bread's delicious. Take it easy, Judo. Take it easy. Thanks for jumping in here tonight. In our weird conversation, huh? We're talking about everything here. Ham on toast with honey. I've never actually tried that, but I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be opposed to trying it either. I'm one of those guys that I will literally try anything at least once. That's just me though. It could be something I know I'm not gonna like going into it, but I always have that little thought in the back of my mind. It's like, you know what? I might. So I'll try it anyway. 9 times out of 10 I prove myself correct and I don't like it. But sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes. Like horseradish, that's a good one. I thought I was gonna hate it. Love it. I get a lot of weird looks on that one. Love some good old horseradish. Habaneros, another one. I thought was gonna be more spiced in flavor. Kinda was at first. After my first, first view, it just kinda started to fade, and I just started to love it. Obviously, the Black Mage didn't want that kind of friendship going down. Banana pudding. hot honey and cooked it. I have not. That sounds cool though. I love bacon. Bacon's one of those things, like I said earlier, I will try any day of the week. Ritz crackers into butterscotch sounds awesome, zombie. Oh, wait. Oh, yep, that was zombie. Have you dipped bacon in some hot honey and cooked it? Again, Red, or Chris, I have not. Banana pudding. Banana pudding's good as well. I can tell you all something that you may not have had. This is actually a family tradition platter, so don't go telling anybody. I'm killing. Tell whoever the hell you want. I don't really give a shit. It's something my grandmother actually makes. It's called punch bowl cake. It's no like super secret. You may have actually heard of it before. It's literally just a messy cake in a punch bowl. And a punch bowl, as I mean like fruit punch in a bowl with a ladle that you have at a party and everything. Well, punch bowl cake is basically like a 6-layer cake. It will change your fucking life if you've never had it. But the thing is, all it is you take, I was going to say 2, but probably 3 different types of cake that you could use. Not all at once. You could all at once. It'd probably be interesting. I've never done it, and I should try it next time. But we usually use 1 or 2. Either yellow cake, traditional vanilla cake, or just random pound cake. Well, here's what you do. Yellow cake is the one we use the most common, or vanilla cake. That's why I was gonna say 2. We've used pound cake before, but let's just say you have your traditional vanilla cake. What you do is you take vanilla cake and you crumble it up with your fingers up into nice little big old cake chunks. And you also take pecans, or pecans, if you will. That's more of a preference word the way I see it. Tomatoes, tomatoes, pecans, pecans, caramel, caramel. But anyway, you take your pecans and you crush those up, mix them in with your cake. Then you take banana pudding. Yes, banana pudding. You can also use vanilla pudding. We've done it before. It's not too bad. Anyway, and you pour pudding right over top of your cake and pecans, or pecans. Not gonna go into that one. I'm a pecan guy. That's what I call it. Then you take pineapples, put them over the layer of pudding that you just put on. Then you take Cool Whip and put over that layer. Then you take strawberries or cherries. Usually with my family, we use strawberries. Put over that layer another layer of pecans. Repeat. Cake, pudding, pecans. Or wait, cake, pecans, pudding, pineapples, strawberries, whipped cream. Repeat again. That's the cake, topped with strawberries and pecans and more whipped cream. Swear to God, it'll change your fucking life. Oh, tapioca pudding is the shit, Kevin. I totally agree with you there. I honestly think it's my favorite too. I haven't had it in a long time. You just made me want it. I wish they would get this thing out of its water flow. Make all of our lives a little bit easier. You hate whipped cream? It's okay. You can always substitute with more pudding. Believe me, that's the joyous part about punch bowl cake. Like, see, my mom hates strawberries. So, sometimes we sub with cherries. I said that backwards, but still, yeah, it happens. And again, that's the glorious part. We've actually had people come to dinners where they don't like strawberries or cherries, replace them both with blueberries. Don't like pineapples? Use peaches. I swear, there's a million ways you can make that cake. It's good every time. Used to be real whipped cream. I actually love it all. In the container, in the can, and instant, homemade. I love it all, whipped cream. I have a weakness. I've also had that exact same cake, like everything, but taking the cake out and only vanilla wafers were used instead, and that was actually really good as well. But that's just me again. I'm that dude who will literally try anything at least once, even when it comes to cooking food a different way. That cake will change your life, I swear. But everybody, with all the cake talk, all of everything that went down, I think I'm gonna jump out of here for the night. I have work in the morning, and we have had loads of good old conversations going down. I'm gonna have to take this little part out because it didn't level up, and we already did the quest. But it was still a lot of fun tonight, though. Pretty much got everything out of the way that I wanted to do. Everything that I needed to do, everything that I can do along the way as well. You all actually helped me out figuring out a nice little secret that lucid dreaming kicks diversion's ass, which is cool to know now. But I think I'm gonna jump out of here though, everybody. I am really tired, and again, I've work in the morning, unfortunately, but tomorrow I can actually jump on, play a little bit longer, do a little bit more things that are necessary along the way as well. This weekend, we're gonna beat Shadow of the Colossus, trying to figure out what the next game on the playlist is gonna be. Loads of things to go on the list, but what'll actually happen next, I don't really know. We'll figure it out along the way though, and I thank you all for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for the good conversations. Always love talking about food, video games, and again, hey, thanks again for the whole lucid dreaming thing, because I've been rocking diversion for a very long time for all the wrong reasons. But everybody, I'm out of here, and again, I thank you all so much for watching, and good night to you all as well. Good night, Red, Kevin, Mira, Steven, Rez, and Yuna. Kevin, I would totally make you a birthday cake if you lived closer. I could not imagine mailing a birthday cake. There is literally no good outcome of that I could potentially think of. That would be a mess. And Troy, good night to you as well. But everybody, I'm out of here, and I thank you all so much for watching again. But Troy, Yuna, Rez, Steven, Mira, Kevin, Red, Chris, my bad. Trying to work on it. Thank you all so much for watching. Zombie, glad you could jump in here for the night. And I'm totally glad that your day got better as well, Zombie. I know that you were having a day similar to mine earlier, and it was just a meh. Always glad to hear when they get better, though. And again, I thank you all so much for watching. Everybody that stuck around with the conversations, everybody that just stuck around, everybody that just, hey, you guys, you're just so awesome, no doubt. Choco here, begging. But anybody I may have missed, we actually kept the conversation pretty ignited tonight, no doubt. But anybody I may have missed along the way, I'm sorry. But I do thank you so much for watching and joining in on the conversations there in the live chat if you did. And Shoko here, going crazy over here beside me, apparently. Just wants affection. Okay, I thought she wanted to get in on here. She just wants to torture me with her freaking weird affection that she has. But thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully you can catch me tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely be on this weekend doing more Shadow of the Colossus, more Final Fantasy 14, and hopefully movie day for Dissidia here. No. Hey, wait like 5 minutes or they'll play. Damn. But everybody, I'm out of here, and good night everyone. Thank you so much. And to the Patreon support. You're all so great. Every one of you who has, or maybe will in the future. Thank you so much.